I change the title? Episode 17. Ooh. The most junk food of junk foods. I was all excited to be like, so Ryan, do you want to watch Bright tomorrow? And now I'm just like all devastated and emotionally compromised. Don't know if I'm prepared for such an event. I think it comes out tonight, but it doesn't really matter. Figure it out. Just. It's actually a goblin. Like, we're gonna start this all over again. We're gonna be really far in the south. Nothing will make sense anymore. It'll be fine. I'm not gonna butter anything. There's not gonna be any warmth jam or anything. It's gonna be really shitty and sad. So, for those of you just joining us, Ryan has delivered the sobering and devastating news that his life is looking better, and thus he does not need as much D&D in his life anymore. So he won't be available for our Friday sessions going forward. So we're not gonna have any more tower going forward with the Guardians. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, I swear I'm not. As I run you down. Now, that was my interpretation of the story. Yeah, I totally thought you were the one doing the murdering here. Yeah, sometimes legs need to be broken. I'm taking all of I Hate RBF's lion shares away. Yeah, it costs 500 lion shares and it gives everyone like 30 or something. Nothing. Store is closed. Let's see here. Get Shaka. Something the dragon, yeah. Trolls in the dungeon. Yep, you're covered in mage armor. You're just as safe as you've always been. Yeah, that was before they. Oh God. Yeah, it was before they put out the errata. It was like, oh yeah, you can't copy down spells you can't cast. I was like, fuck, I already gave. Okay, well, god damn it. It's fine. Everyone's gonna die. Yeah. Yeah. You'll be a deserter. It's like, oh, yep, the giants track you down and kill you, eat your bones. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. So, as we come now to episode 17 of The Guardians, the final episode with Ryan, as far as we know. Who wants to go ahead and give us a wonderful recap of what happened last session? Yeah. So this is what you're leaving behind. Oh fuck. Just burn it all to the ground. Oh, very, very nicely done. Yeah, go ahead and pick a magic item on the common magic item section and just add it to your inventory. I said common magic items. God damn it. Yes, as we rejoin Guardians now in the midst of combat. No, the commoners are actually all evil. Of course. Alright. Since Bodhi is not here, who wants to roll for the Giants? And I'm assuming Brittany, you'll continue to roll for the Hobgoblins? Alright, who wants to roll for the Hobgoblins? You can do it. D20 plus 5 or minus 10 if Shaka dies. Alright. Either one's fine with me. Alright. Oh yeah, you can't control Peter's characters, they just die in your hands, apparently. Alright, so Nick will be running Bodhi and Jason as we come in now to the top of initiative. Oof! And the Hobgoblins rally in the face of 5 new giants cresting over the hill. They still believe in themselves and push forward harder into battle against the combatants they're engaged with. Let me see here. Let's start from the top right. It's weird that great swords do piercing damage. That's interesting. Yeah, it's just the way that they're programmed, apparently. Let's see. Ooh, a crit. Nicely done. I think that'll be the only hit. Nope, there'll be a 12 as well. Okay, so 7 and 17. As that ogre to the south gets wailed upon. Yeah, I'm starting up the far right and going clockwise from there, essentially. $18, 13 damage to that bugbear. Let's see. This hobgoblin. Here's your attack on that bugbear. Ooh, 19 damage. This captain will move and engage the bugbear alongside his allies. 11 won't do it. 21 will. Ooh, 9 damage. Those 3 take down that bugbear. Nicely done. Really? Got a really good roll. You get a good modifier. Bugbear. Da, da, da. 12. Neither one of those will connect. And these hobgoblins will swarm the giant. This one will move up to back up his brethren, the ogre. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. AC of 13. So 8, 11, 11, 8. Sweet. Minus 22. And minus 16. As the hobgoblins move forward around you, Tower and Poff in unison, they seem to be lifting up their great swords and hacking and slashing at this hill giant, taking big, well, very large slashes at it and doing some measurably good damage against it. Poking and piercing, stabbing into its legs, cutting on its weak points. It seems to be slowing down and getting far weaker. You think perhaps maybe you two might be able to finish it off. Let's see. Let's go to the ogre. 21, 15. All right. 11. And no hobgoblins engaged with that one. Those 3 are dead. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, that's all the hobgoblins. As we come now to the giants. Oof. They are not giving up. As the giant forces continue their assaults. Start with the big duders. Yes. Which movement do you have? Oh yeah, of course. Just like a couple more feet of movement, he'll go south. I'm gonna throw a rock at one of the hobgoblins. 16 to hit. That will not connect with Mr. Hobgoblin. Good for him. So he's able to sidestep just in time. See another hobgoblin, another giant steps into the fray. He's gonna dash and engage these guys. And quickly mute that. There we go. More hill giants coming from the west end. So hill giant is moving towards Shaka, who is surrounded. Let's see. As the last hill giant's gonna come up, and let's see here. Give the old college try. Chucking a rock at Kreka with disadvantage. 10, I don't think we'll do it. As the rock misses you wildly, careening into the corpse of the ogre to your left. Right, depending on facing. And, let's see, giant you're currently engaged with is going to go ahead and swing down at you with its great club. Oof, 25. And 25. That's half of 21 and half of 18. And the giant you guys are engaged with now is going to try and, let's see here. Oh yeah, give me a damage roll for that. Sweet, he survived the Spirit Guardians to make the attack. He is noticeably kind of like stumbling and gasping for breath, like he's swinging out of desperation. As this hill giant is going to try to crush these puny hobgoblins and this giant metal man and their weird horse they rode in on. Love you, sweetie. Have a good day. He is going to try to squash you. So Hobgoblin Tower and pow. Nat 1. As his movements are far too slow and predictable, he almost seems to be collapsing or fainting on you as opposed to trying to actually squash you underneath his bulk, as he misses horribly and you're all able to get out of the way. But he is still standing because he did not actually hit, which is weird. Dodge, ogre, come crashing through here. Oof. 15 won't do it against these hobgoblins. Too well trained. Plate armor too thick. And mission bugbears. Okay. No, it is not. They only get a few hits here and there. They do take out one hobgoblin though. There. Captain weathers those blows. Miss your ogre on the far right. Give me a great club attack. 9. Won't do it. And other ogre. Club on him. Ooh, that will do it. And I think he'll go down. Yep. The hobgoblins are fighting courageously, but their numbers are dwindling. Let's see. Last bugbear. 18. We'll connect the 13 on a captain though, so he might survive. Yep. Yes, the captain behind you, Krika, takes a solid hit from the bugbear, but is still standing, still trying his best to fight. Let's see. And oh, bugbear on shotgun. That's right. Ooh, nat 1. All right. Ogre with the hobgoblins up left. Great club, 22 for 13, so that hobgoblin goes down. And that is it. Okay, good. Jason, you are up. All right. Both of those will connect. Do you have any like additional effects on your Eldritch Blast, like pushing or anything like that? All right. Let's see here. Both of those 12 damage, 12 damage. Yeah, that'll take him out. How you want to do this? Your Eldritch Blasts just rip into his body. It seems to project an undue amount of force inside of him, causing his body to partially collapse in on itself as his ribcage snaps in, trying to fill in this sudden vacuum of space from your weird magics as this hill giant collapses. But the deft maneuvers of the hobgoblin and tower on his fine steed are able to maneuver themselves out of the way. The Shaka faces down the last bugbear. Get a nice shield bash. Boom, that will connect. Got a strength save, so he is prone. And he will follow up with 2 more attacks with advantage. 27, 17. Both of those should hit. Yep, 16 AC. Minus 12 damage. As that bugbear is taking a walloping, but that giant is right there. Tower. The 12... actually, neither one of those. The Shaka Inspiration? Ah, okay. Nice. And will connect for 13 magical slashing damage. Cutting into him as you inflict first blood upon this hill giant. We come now to Bodhi, invisible, sneaky with his great axe. What are you going to do? Alright. 21 will connect for 16. He's on his last legs. How do you want to do this? Yeah, I said he was on his last legs. How do you want to do this? 16 killed him. God damn it. Oof, with a vicious disemboweling. Yeah, the guts dribble down onto the captain and the bugbear, but the captain, through years of trading, is unfazed. He's trying to stay himself alive. The bugbear is grossed out. It's really gross. What do you do? Oh god, you deleted yourself. Nicely done. Would you have like a 17.17? Alright, you're gonna follow up with the 17 on the back of the whatchamacallit, 14 damage. How do you want to do this? Oof. Alright, you're only down 5 feet of movement. So you can get them to 25 feet. Alright, as the invisible fishman continues his journey now towards the new hill giants. Captain, much relieved of not having to die. Krika, what do you do? That dude, he looks like he is pretty fucked up. And the guy he's facing off with looks like he's at full strength. He's like ready to go. little spiritual weapon ruin combo on the ogre. 10 won't do it. Let's get that ruin though. That should do a pretty good job. 15 damage, 16 charisma save. 17 on the charisma. Nothing. Alright. Puff, what do you have for me? Shaka. No, Shaka looks like he is in near tip-top shape. His armor is undented for the most part. He's on his feet and moving quickly. Behind the two ogres. Alright. As one will still fail, taking the 9 damage. One closer to you. You can see his body get rippled and contorted by the sound waves of your shatter. As he reaches towards his ears, trying to stop the pain. The other one seems to be able to weather it, though he still takes some damage. He seems to be lifting up his great club, preparing to swing at the hobgoblin in front of him as we come now to Doc. You're standing alone in the middle? Oh no, he looks fresh as a fucking baby. I don't know. He's -3. Alright, as he is terrified, and everything around him is his enemy. Enemies abound, enemies abound. Yeah, look at the broken skull. It's the end of the world. Alright. As we come now to the giants. Give me that sweet giant roll. Give me that sweet hobgoblin roll. You want low rolls for the giants? 19, alright. The hobgoblins see their numbers dwindle. Resolves is a little shaken. Thank you for the sub, it looked like. Okay, let's see. $12, so that'll hit on that ogre for 7. Alright. This hobgoblin is stuck between an ogre and a hill giant, but he's going to try to pivot around. Let's see. The hill giant is going to try to smash him. Oof. Monsieur Hill Goblin gets smushed to dead. There's this Hobgoblin captain assessing the situation. He's going to stick with those that have done him well so far, even though he's bleeding profusely. Alongside Kreka and Brody. Charging forward, sword and shield in hand. The Hobgoblin takes on the remaining bugbear. Oof. Unfortunately missing his attacks, but he has the vitality to survive a round. Another Hobgoblin. Oof, more misses. Let's see here. Put him down. 9. I'm not gonna cut it. Hobgoblins move to reinforce their captain. Unleash their great swords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof, all of those will hit for good damage. 11, 9, 10, 9. Nicely done. This captain will ready a javelin, throwing it at the giant, threatening his leader. Don't think a 10 will cut it. Try the other Hobgoblin. 22 will for 4 damage. Alright. This Hobgoblin facing off against 2 ogres is going to try to finish off the weakened one. 17 for 8 damage. Ooh, not enough. And that will conclude the Hobgoblin's turn as we come now to the Giants. Gotta roll low, otherwise it's just going to hit the fan. Yep. Ooh. All right. All right. So starting at the top left with Tower and Puff. Hill Giant is going to try to smash you with its great club. Coming at you, Tower. 25 at 23. But can you duck the backswing? All right. Hill Giants are going to wail on these Hobgoblins. Alright, as 2 Hobgoblins go down. Let's see. Mr. Enemies Abound is going to try to kill this. What the fucking ogre betraying me? You slept with my wife? As this fucking ogre gets brained. Jeez. And you helped him! As he steps over these dead Hobgoblins. And he gets brained. Alright. This giant is going to try to smash this Hobgoblin. Up north from the one dealing with the affair. 14 won't do it. And he's going to try to give him a good old kick with the leg. Pow! Oh, that'll do it. For 14 bludgeoning damage. Ow. As Monsieur Hobgoblin gets his chest caved in with a giant foot. He does fly into the fire pit. Ah! Okay. And the ogres. Dashing around Monsieur Hill Giant. Those ogres are dead. Northern ogres try to kill this hobgoblin finally. Great club, 21 to hit for 6. Ouch. Can he survive the other one? 17. His AC prevails. Any other ogres? Nope. And Monsieur Hobgoblins. Or bugbears, rather. Gonna try to stand up. I don't know why he's standing. He'll probably just die, but that's fine. Morning Star. 13, yep. No, that's not going to work because the bugbear is unable to connect with Shaka's armor. This bugbear is going to spin around the hobgoblin, swinging out at the cowering commoner. With a nat 1 as the hobgoblin interposes himself at the last second, keeping that commoner alive. Bugbear on the captain. 9 won't do it. Swoons over the hobgoblin. Yeah. Alright. As the Steel Legion is able to fend off their attacks. And we come now to Jason. I think the ogre had to dash to get up to Bodhi. Or actually, we're like here, rather, because Bodhi's not a thing. This ogre is in your face, Krika. As we come now to Jason's turn. Who I deleted. Give him a little sickening radiance. Wow. Is Sickening Radiance friendly fire? Alright, so you're gonna kill the hobgoblin. Cool. Alright. Well, draw a new circle for me while I'm busy doing these saves. You'll be alright. You ain't doing nothing. As the Northern Ogre makes it save, taking what, 5 damage? Yep. Another Ogre makes it save. Your sickening greed light begins to shine from like a weird ball or something. As this hobgoblin fails its save and is radiated to death. It just melts and denatures. Hill Giant fails the save. 10 damage and 1 level of exhaustion. And Northern Hill Giant fails his save, so 10 damage. Yeah, where are you putting this? Like there? Okay. Alright, so that'll hit the Southern Hill Giant, but not the Northern. And there's like heat lines and stuff coming off the ground. Oh god. They're falling apart and dying. Alright. Come now to Shaka, facing off against the last bugbear. 11 won't do it. Backhand. That one. Come on, Shaka, you got this. Push him down. There you go. Once he is not prone, takes 5 more bludgeoning damage. And we come now to tower. Yep, so you have advantage. Nice, those will both connect. Oof, 18 damage, just a little bit more than you needed as you take him out. Cutting him open on the ground. Right. And booty. Wait, how'd we end up at Poff? Okay. Yeah. Bodhi, what do you got for me? Nice. As both of those will connect quite soundly for 17 damage against the hill giant. Ah! Where is this coming from? For no, that's not a thing. And all right, Krika. On the hill giant. Yes, that will connect for 11 damage.
What? Really?
Yeah, and I'll allow you can see to make an attack. Lol. I mean, you could have the Hobgoblin Captain do it. 20 feet this way. All right. As one hill giant is removed from battle, though still alive, and it will affect their morale roll, so keep track of that. Puff! All right. You do, Grim Harvest. All right. Doc. Oh, with that, you can tell, Poff, that this hobgoblin is actually still alive. Just barely hanging on. Yeah, the other ones unfortunately have passed.
I thought you were going to say I sensed the invisible guy over here. Surrounded by them.
Little did you know, as Doc charges closer into the fray. Unleashing a firebolt on what? The ogre? Oh, okay, yeah, that will not do it. And we come now to the hobgoblins. Get that hobgoblino roll. As I'm running out of hobgoblins to actually roll for, I think. And thankfully their morale is kept up as long as Shock is alive. Ooh, 13. As their wounds and stamina begin to get to them, their attacks are lessened. Let's see, so 13 half attacks. All right. Hobgoblinos, thank you. So one attack there, not one. Captain, move up, trying to skirt around sickening radiance. Another hobgoblin will run to the aid of his friends, his leader, as far as he can get. Captino. Oh, he still swings true with a 23, so 7 damage. The hobgoblins are unable to attack. Hobgoblin versus Bugbear. One swings true for 9 damage. He's busy protecting the commoner. Hobgoblin Captain versus Bugbear. Oof, 9. There's this other hobgoblin looking around at the now gone hill giant. Ogre standing before him. Maneuver around the horse. 13 hit will just barely do it. For a whopping 10 damage. This ogre seems to be slowed down immensely. He wants to lash out at him, but the captain manages to duck out just in time. And that is it for the Hobgoblinos. So we come now to the Giants.
Am I counting Crazy Man down there or not?
Yes. 16. All right. All right. He's going to reach into his sack. Boulder is coming at the back of the ogre with a nat 1. It hits you anyway with a crit. That ogre will miss, or giant will miss. And the giants up north are gonna smash these hobgoblins. 17, I think, will hit Monsieur Capitan. Yep. For 19. Ow. And second great club attack. 12 won't do it. 18 will take out this gentleman. And the last great club attack. As another hobgoblin is felled. These casualties will make this a day to remember for the Steel Legion. As we come now to Jason. Oh yeah, thank you. That's right, that is how that works. As they are. Do they make con saves at the beginning of their turn too? Or just at the end in their turn in Sickening Radiance? Okay. Got you. So they take that damage now. Oh god, it hurts! Monsieur Hobgoblin would have died anyway. And now they try to get out of the effects of this disturbing heat. Ogre's going to run. So we'll come up to this hobgoblin. Where you at, Ogre? Thank you. Great club. Oh god. Rolling the exact amount of damage he needed. As that hobgoblin gets smushed and smacked. Now this ogre is roaring in your face, towering Poff. Great club above his head. As he looks like he's going to try to use Bastion. Alright. Coming at Poff with disadvantage. 8. That's a decent chunk of damage. Ogre's dead. Oh, last breath ogre. Haha! Coming at you, Krika. 21 to hit. Ooh, alright. That is so much damage it doesn't matter. As your black flames wrap around this creature, what happens?
Black flames seep out of my scales and reach up onto him and just seem to burn away like the side of his neck as it just scorches a hole in his
And he is dead. Let's see, Bugbear against Capitan. 15 against his armor, that's not going to work. And lower Bugbear against Hobgoblin. 7, that's not going to connect. And any more Bugbears? No Bugbears to the north, they're all dead. No western Bugbears. Alright, we're coming to the ends of this. Jason. Which one are you shooting? Oh, Monsieur Ogre. Alright. 9 and 12. Both of those solid hits. Ooh, good damage. As your Eldritch Blast connect tearing holes through this creature. As he seems to raise up his great club, still able to fight, but just barely. Oh god, I forgot you were eating an apple like a snob. Little did you know this tree was actually evil and is slowly consuming your life force. That is Shaka. He's going to move up now, not to be outdone. 25. 8 damage, perfect. And now there's an ally within 5 feet. Tower, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack. Oh, Ripper. Well, you can, Poff, if you can make an attack. Can you punch the hill giant from here? Alright, as the ogre is slain. And Shaka still has more attacks, so he will definitely maneuver back around. Try to shield bash it. Oh wait, no, it's how big is this fucking thing? Huge. Too big. Let's see, so we'll just follow it up with more longsword attacks. 13, 21, both of those will hit for 12 damage. Alright, Tower, you are up. Bodhi's next. But both 15s will hit. These buggers are not that well armored. Ooh. Cheeky smite. Ooh, Jesus, that is not a cheeky smite. Holy crap. Alright, 21 and then 17 damage, alright. As your divine energy courses through this giant with blow after blow, erupting with holy light. As the hill giant seems to cough up some blood or some sort of gross vicus ichor, as your damage was quite significant. And Bodhi, it's on you. Which other ogre? Oh, the hill giant, okay. Alright, give me them sweet swings. 22, 23. Nicely done. So you will take that damage and still... Yeah. And we come now to Krika. Turn down my headphones. He fails that save, and your ruin takes hold. 14 force damage. I will crush you! I will crush you and eat you!
That's a. Just gonna throw a little cheeky feeling word on myself. Why not?
Alright.
Oh, but go.
Poff, what you got for me?
Fucking giants. You think you're so big and strong. You just size, not polish. As I, which is mockery, kind of. It's like, I am size, thank you.
I'll polish you with my teeth! Ugh!
And I just look over at this apparently alive hobgoblin. And you, just get the fuck up or die already, as I.
Gain 7 health. Alright. You can give me a wisdom insight check.
Also, can you feel things, Tower? Like if someone touches you, can you feel it? Is that really cool?
As we come now to Doc. What have you, Doc? Alright, what are you shooting him with? Oh god, not the magic missiles.
With a gun.
How did you do this? 8 force damage into his back, maybe giving the hobgoblin the opening he needed. As we come now to the hobgoblins. Give me that sweet hobgoblin roll. That reaches through. Ooh. Is I think the lowest tier. Yep, so the one hobgoblin will try to attack the bugbear. Ooh, 22 to hit. That will do it for 10 damage. As Doc assisted. Very nicely done, giving him the opening he needed to protect that commoner. So that bugbear goes down. And now we come to the giants. Which one are you shooting at, Doc? Yeah. This is new and reformed, Doc. He cares about people or something. Oh, jeez. All right. Missy old bugbear, sort of the bottom left. Morning Star, that won't do it on that hobgoblin. That one's dead. Bugbear on Captain. That won't do it. Going continuing left. They need to make another. Con save. He does. What's your save DC, Jace? Alright, see what makes it. Give me a sickening radiance damage roll. Thank you. Nicely done. For 10 damage. Hot! So hot! You must be creating all of this heat. It will smash you! Let's see. And are there any hobgoblins left here? Nope. Looking at the other hill giant. Alright, so let's see, we got a flurry of attacks coming at a mixture of Shaka Tower and Poff. So, first at Shaka from the northern hill giant. Because you're Vicious Mockery, right? Alright. 19 to hit, I think will still connect. No, he's a Warlord. 20 AC. Shaka just barely pushes back against the Great Club with his massive shield. And second swing coming at Tower, also with disadvantage. Probably won't even matter. Nope. Ah, well. Double 17 still doesn't matter. Hill Giant number 2 coming at you guys with. Now I'm thinking about his options. I didn't create my ogre mages yet, but they're coming. I want to make Etten mages, like from Warcraft. It'll be great. Let's see. I think we'll do a little. Let's try a little squash to see if we can actually squash somebody. Sure. Squash. No, I can't. Okay, let's go around. And yeah, the tent's fucked up. So he will stand, not able to squash. Yeah, that's all you can do. So those guys are done. Monsieur Giant near the fire pit. Reach into his infinite sack of infinite rocks. Doc, you got a rock. Brace yourself. No, 14. You be alright. As it misses you, beaming into the ogre behind you with a sickening crunch. And you realize you are in a dangerous position. But you'll be fine here, wizard. You have plenty of options. Monsieur... You can run towards Jace's apple tree, as this giant will barrel straight towards Krika, rage in his heart.
As I release my concentration. You crafty son of a... That's fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Well done. That'll be too explosive inside of him. Just like right before he gets to the other giant spot, I just pump the giant right up in front of him so he just collides into him. Yeah, get him, Bodie.
As he will take a hit from behind. 17 damage. Gets another save.
That's bad. Although I guess he didn't actually leave Bodhi's space.
I don't know, like if you... It's all about when you actually like release the concentration on banishment, because like either he does it in... Either you do it in time that he doesn't hit the other giant, or you do it when he's like right there, and then I have to like fucking pull out the stone shape rules and say they both take 1d10 force damage and are pushed to the side. Okay. As he was gonna get hit from behind, but he pushes through with his rage. Ugnog, where did you go? Help me kill this small lizard man! Yes, he is going to come down with 2 great club attacks. Actually, you're just going to get hit with 4 great club attacks. And the other one coming out of the weird nether realm. As we come now to Jason. Is you in your concentration on sickening radiance? Okay. So it's a good bet on Warlocks is to shoot people. The Hill Giant just threw a rock at Doc in the middle there. There's also the 2 Hill Giants. Yeah, you have this one. Also very unwounded. These guys are like half strength, give or take. This ogre's almost dead. Looks like he's running away. And these 2 ogres are pounding on the ground as best you can tell. Massive clouds of dust being thrown up, and the laughter of some scaled monstrosity echoing through. Alright. Both of those connecting. Ooh, 19 damage. Ah! As we come now to Shaka, surrounded by 2 giants, but unfazed in the midst of combat. As he will swing with his longsword. 2 attacks to the left, 1 to the right. Connecting with all 3 in a flurry of blows. We come now to Tower. The one you smited, so the one like in front of you. Oof, both of those will connect. 20 damage. Lol. Alright. How do you want to do this?
Yeah, this guy, he has, right where I struck him with the sword and smited it first went over and he saw the weakness, so the slash right to that cut.
Wheel puff around.
Tauntaun saved. Alright, Bodhi. What do you got for me? It's your invisible fish man. How do you keep deleting him?
Why are you first time about delete?
Because everything else, like, starts stacking.
You just do like tilde or something. Alright. Both of those will connect. 15, 12. Wow. That's a lot of damage. Looks like this giant is barely hanging on. foam and blood coming from his mouth. I'll kill you if it's the last thing I do! As we come now to Krika, who might be able to make that wish come true.
As my right hand explodes into black energy swirling around it as I dig my hand gut as I cast 4 pure touch.
Oh, Ravioli, no! No!
Deep damage.
Yeah.
Percent.
Jesus. Alright, how do you want to do this?
Just reach inside of his gut, just grabbing onto the intestines as I just rip them out, just grabbing them in my teeth as I take them with me, as I turn to the one beside me, steer my eyes up to his left, or his right shoulder, I guess, as my spear digs into his shoulder.
Ow. That will connect.
Shooting away on the intestine.
Blech. Puff.
Did you see that? Your friend's dead. How you don't know how close you are. So, what damage you were?
I'll kill you.
And I will use the bonus action to heal that hobgoblin again. Have to do something.
I guess the average of. No, not average. As we come now to Doc. What?
I'm not gonna cast a spell to do that. So I will find so I can.
Why weren't you there for me, parents? Why? Yeah. No. Yeah. As we come now to the hobgoblins. Nick, let me get that hobgoblin roll. 13. A little bit better. Get a couple more attacks. Miss your bugbear. Ooh, 11 damage. He goes down. And hobgoblin. Yeah, hobgoblin captain takes on his remaining hobgoblin. Oof. Take that crit. He finally goes down.
Actually gonna have some survivors.
I know, right?
They were all dead.
Let's see. Monsieur Hobgoblin Captain is gonna take Krika's advice, backing away from the encounter, moving up in front of Doc, putting his shield and sword up, trying to cover his, looks like apparent retreat out of the line of fire, so to speak.
Oh god.
As this Hobgoblin Captain is going to charge over to the Hill Giant. 16 hit, no, hit for 5. This Hobgoblin has been brought back thanks to the magics of Puff, leaping forward into combat once more against the Hill Giant. With a nat 1. Nicely done. They're all dead. They're all dead. Alright. Giants.
I'm at 20. A lot of middling, just like 12s to 16.
Alright. As the Shaka engaged Hill Giant is going to take out some swings. Let's see, we got a swing going to Shaka and Tower. Alright. Nat 1 to Shaka. Tower 17 or 14, doesn't matter. And Hill Giant's gonna give a swift kick to this Hobgoblin captain. Oof, that will miss, following it up with a great club. That will also miss. And the final Hill Giant is going to try to smash Mr. Lizard Man.
That will certainly yell out at him.
As we come now to Jason, and what might be the final round of this combat, maybe?
I cast Eat Apple.
25 will connect for 6 damage. Total will not, as we come now to Shaka. It's going to 1, 2, 3. Unloading on the Hill Giant. And he will use his martial advantage. An extra 4d6. This Hill Giant is bombarded with attacks. 9, 8, 15. As, wow, okay, as the Hill Giant is barely standing. As we come to Tower. Both of those will connect. You can... you can also add an extra 4d6 to your attack. When Shaka uses his martial advantage, an ally can also gain his martial advantage. Wow.
It's like, no, man. No, you don't need it anymore.
14, oof, 14, 12. All right, how do you take him out? As this giant is felled for Steel Legion. Now let's save the rest of the commoners. As Shaka is... Oh, geez. Well...
It's Bodhi's turn now. He got to be enough.
Again? Alright, buddy. 20. Both of those will connect quite nicely. That's the last guy there. For 22 damage, alright. And Krika, it's on you.
To put one leg up on top of the horse that hasn't actually moved with me, but I'm still on top of my horse, as I just launch myself at the gut of this thing, trying to get up as high as possible, but I can't jump very high. I just jump at him, trying to dig my blackened hand into where his heart is. To try to sweep it. Load hit.
No, it does not.
Or you can survive demon inspiration. We can't do that. Miss him wildly as I lash out with my teeth and just try to bite it.
Alright, give me that sweet bite roll.
12 it.
12 will not.
I complete a mess as I just roll to the ground. As I just yell at the horse. Excuse me.
Alright. Puff.
I ready my hand and I cast a third level shatter centered on that giant's head.
Ah! To come out of dock. At the one that threw a rock at you?
Yeah, that jerk face.
Ow. Let's see that deck save. Oh, yeah.
You got a lightning bolt and a water lightning bolt? Jesus.
How do you think I get from 5 to 4 weight? People out.
That's true.
38 damage as your lightning bolt rips through, electrocuting this poor hill giant. As it looks like a good chunk of this creature is like charred and blackened with the immense power of your lightning magic. Yep, look at that sweet hobgoblin roll.
Like 3 of you that are still alive.
4, 5, 6.
As the living hobgoblins, the captain's gonna continue his assault at the edge of death against this hill giant. 7 won't do it. 22 will. For 7. As the other hobgoblins are now going to try to find amongst their wounded those that are still alive. Jeez. Yeah, I didn't think we were either.
I like to think the ones Jesus.
And it's 13, 16. Alright. Marking the ones that they're managing to stabilize. This one's too far gone.
Actually, there's 7 because there's a hot dog right next to me. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, he's taking the dodge action. Shaka's not on that turn. Good. Stabilized. These two need to be checked. All the hobgoblins over here are dead. And those guys are all down too. Alright, Giants. Ooh, 8. As the Giants all run for the hills. This ogre is going to continue. He's been gone, actually. He was trying to leave forever ago. Giant. They just took a mean lightning bolt to the chest. Ugh! There's too many of them! And this hill giant, though, engaged with Krika. Monsieur Hobgoblin Caption? Yeah, sure, why not? 17, 11 damage. And this Hobgoblin's going to try to squash Krika. They're in the Hobgoblin, fucking hill giant. Rah! Can you dodge the backhand great club? 12 damage.
Swings around.
So all you like. It's no difference.
Charisma saves. Ha! Take your 12 damage and go home. So there. As we come down to Jason. Oh wait, I forgot to do that guy. You're good. You can keep going. Both of those will connect. $22 damage. And Shaka is going to run down to his men. Assessing their wounds. Attempting to resuscitate those that he can. Tower. Oh, all 3 of the hobgoblins around you are currently stable. Alright. Whoop. Let me scoot him on over. Gah! Okay. Bodhi. Let's see this last hill giant in the midst of combat with your friends. Jason riding from underneath the tree cover to blast him. As you Naruto run invisibly behind him. Maiwa Shinderu. As you do 28 damage, and that's exactly what you needed. Jesus, how do you want to do this? Is he checking? I'm scared.
Diagonally.
With a massive leap and diagonal slash, you reach up, cutting into his head with your stolen or great axe, splitting his whole head diagonally, cutting down into his shoulder, digging deep. You can feel the muscle almost give way as you almost cut off his arm with the power of your strike, and you drop down to the ground, landing super cool, but no one can see it. As this last hill giant collapses down to the ground, dead. And we come to Krieger.
Down at the corpse of this thing. Turn back, hop on my fucking horse, wheel it around, have my movement. Just 15. The horse still have all his movement, or does it subtract the movement I use?
It subtracts the movement that you used, I think, from its movement.
So that's 45 left.
Sure.
Wheel him around and just start the chase. One that's bleeding.
Meh. Yes, he casts teleport.
There's nothing else. I'll just lay my blackened hand on my chest.
Alright, Puff.
Where do you think you're running? Think you can just start a fight and just run away from it like a coward? Shatter his head. Actually, I'll shatter his feet. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Good roll.
Those big old hill giant legs running too fast. Feel shatter to really fuck. Nope. I don't know. It was something, I think, perhaps. I'm still running. Oh god.
DC 13 cons.
Correct mundo. Yep. You miss a step into fireball. It's a con check. Lol.
Noise.
Technically, it's a check.
You got it.
There you go. Yeah, you did. Hey, don't be a smarty pants. If you fail, you lose your spell slot. Deck save. Can he make it? Let's see. 21 damage. Yeah, he could live if he makes it. Nope. How does your super crazy fireball take him down?
Like into the horse's back, and then it just explodes outwards, and it's rubber and fat, where giant teeth fly everywhere.
From his face, just blood just pours out.
Research says fire shatters.
Fire shatters, the most devastating attack.
Takes a little bit for them to come in.
As the final hill giant drops down, a mess of gore and burnt flesh and scorched remains. And we are out of combat.
Around the battlefield, see if any enemies are still breathing, trying to crawl away.
Can't get my curse harvest.
Mm.
The ones that aren't microwave shatter.
Well, that was a lot louder than I thought it was. Alright. Pop, you can tell this commoner is hanging on by a thread. This one's dead, dead, hanging on, dead, dead.
Alright, is this a lady or a boy?
That is a small girl.
Okay, I gently, kind of gently pat her and cure wounds her. As I'm walking past the person who's alive for here, I just throw a last art vitality.
Alright.
Alright, everyone get a bit of love.
No, you shouldn't. She's like 7. Please don't make this weird. Thank you, mister. As the commoners that are still alive come out of hiding and begin to cheer for the Guardians and the Steel Legion who have saved them from this awful attack. Let's see. Those hobgoblins are resuscitated by Tower. Doc, what are you doing?
I guess I have my curse mark activated. It's going all the way down from my forehead to my shoulders. And my eyes are completely black.
Oh, good heaven. What is wrong with you?
I just didn't sleep last night.
Let's see. Out of the ones you're near, living, dead, dead. Yes, they seem to be coughing up blood, clearing out whatever injuries ailed them as their wounds stitched together, thanks to your magic. As they're trying to catch their breath, and Poff continues on his grim harvest of life now. Searching for those that are living and dead. These commoners are both dead. That hobgoblin's dead. That's dead. Bugbear's definitely dead. That commoner is alive.
The last of my art vitality. Damn. How special.
As this young gentleman is restored to living. Cut back to Poff marching his way through everyone that's he's kind of like the plague doctor at the moment. What's everyone else doing as we come to the end of this combat now?
Bottom down here, it's carnage, like out in the middle. If any of you still draw breath, victory is yours. Art is done. It's like casting that. That's where we'll get all the bodies to see.
These guys were some of the first guys to fall, so the majority of them are dead. All the hobgoblins are dead. But 1, 2 of the commoners restored back to life.
Go release some 2 ogres. They have any life left of them.
You can give me a medicine check. You don't have cool like life radar going on like Pop does. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can see on this ogre you're standing in front of. This one, super dead. Super dead. But this one, you can see like he has like more fresh wounds and they seem to be like oozing blood as though his heart is still beating, but he looks like he has a really, really bad head wound from that hill giant. So like even if he were to be restored, He's fucked.
Betrayed beast. Shall death be given to the spirits? One way or another.
I'm gonna get you.
Use my jaws.
Get you. You can feel the fresh rush of pulsating blood rush into your mouth and flesh torn from its throat as you extinguish what remains of its life.
Dark clarity around my hand dissipates, and I start to walk back to
Alright, and I'm gonna take a quick restroom break as we come back and find out what else takes place. Alright, we're back. Give out some bonus lion shares for the successful combats. Nice job, everyone. No deaths. We'll get sure 200 lion shares. We get to actually be in the chat, dude. Are you in the chat? Are you too many daggers? Oh, well, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Now I feel even better about getting you your Christmas present. All right. Let's see here. As we are wrapping up the last of this, Krika consumes flesh from this ogre, and Towers and Shaka are tending to some of the wounded. What are you all doing? Otherwise, I'll do a moderate time skip as we go through, basically getting everyone on their feet, burying the dead, and things like that. I don't know if you guys want to do anything.
making my rounds through everybody, make sure all that guy's dead. If not, I make the.
Oof. Okay, so that'll take you some time to find the last couple, like, people around. There's a few bugbears that are in that state for sure. Shaka's will turn to Tower, has a hand on your pauldron shoulder. Kind of the same thing for you. I must thank you, Knight, for arriving when we needed you most. You were most effective in combat. Indeed. The paltry guards that escorted this group up to us would have stood no chance, but Steel Legion does not bend, does not break. We are but one of three. Surely you've heard of steel, smoke, and fire. Well, we'll save such formalities after we bury my men and dispose of these filth, as he kicks a bugbear, kind of just in the face with an armored boot. Oh god, Craig is just eating people. It's like, are you a commoner? I don't care. No, please. I have children. Good, where are they? I wanted a kid's meal. Where is Pop? Pop's like all the way down here. Yeah, let's cut back to you and your little life radar. Living, dead. Yeah, these guys are all dead except for this one. Actually, I'll just put a heart on the people that are actually alive. That's what I've been doing. Capable of being stabilized. Skull and crossbone means they're dead. From 9, thank you. As you help restore their forces. Commoners are starting to get their things together, skirting around. As you move past here, past this cart, the young lady calls out from this cart, who looks like she's been hiding behind it. She has like messy, mousy brown hair and soft eyes, and she looks at you and shouts out a thank you. She said she was watching you ride alongside that great knight. You did great things, young hero. I guess you look at her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course you do. And she sees you and your current visage and is quite shocked, to say the least, as she kind of recoils back in the hay in obvious fear. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with him. Yeah, these guys are all dead. 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 Alright. Hopefully we can get the remnants of these poor people up north to the Silver Marshes. It's gonna be a long travel to Everland. I believe so. This force matches the one described to us, though there were more hill giants than we expected. Ugh. Blasted creatures. I didn't know they pulled so many bugbears to their aid as well. Disgusting creatures. Well, we've learned that they seem to be more organized than they've ever been. Never have hill giants attack like this, not in groups this numerous. More squabbling than cooperation, typically. Something's unifying them. Something's causing them to steal so much food, take so many people. Potentially. I was going to report this information to my younger sister. She's the one that'll look into this kind of stuff. I'm just here to cut down these blasted creatures. Something like that. If you can conduct research on the end of a dagger. He's the leader of the Smoke Legion. Get her spies in and out of anywhere that we need to. So she might be able to collect some information on what's going on with them, figure out where they are. Information is a very powerful resource. If you and your people would be willing, we could use additional hands on our travels to Everland with the remaining peoples. As Shaka seems to look around this devastated campground, essentially. The smell of blood and shit echoes quite easily through the air. Or carries, rather. Good. I appreciate it. Most people wouldn't be too kind to lend their services for not too much compensation, but you won't have to worry about food or drink or anything like that on the way, so I can offer that with more than enough stores, even if some of it's been crushed. That's a respectable man of you. As Shaka turns to his hobgoblins and starts issuing commands in Goblin. Does anyone speak Goblin? Anyone in the vicinity anyway? Bodhi, Poff, J-Stock. Alright. So he just issues commands in Goblin to slit your throats in the middle of the night. No, I'm just kidding. They have acid knives! Fucking Kriker. Most of what we have with us are the remains of Golden Fields food stores. The ones promised to the Silver Marches, as per their trade agreements. I know the Neverwinter Guard arrived in Golden Fields probably a day after the attack to secure their food. We were sent down to escort this lot. It seems to be what they've been after. It's what they took at Golden Fields. It's what we presume they were after here as we were harried on the Desserin Road. I didn't wager they'd spend so many lives on a simple distraction. Not to mention the multiple attacks on the road. One, maybe two, I can understand, but this many forces. It's one hefty distraction, I'll say that much. Yeah, week 4. Which dead do you need? All dead are not to be trifled with. I was too busy trying not to get smashed underneath its feet. I did not hear it shout any orders, just relish in pain and try to inflict it upon others.
Sort of look around at the giants around me. Do I see one like with a lot of piercings? One that has like gold jewelry, like nose rings and shit.
It'd take you some time to look around. Most of them seem to be rather simple. The one that closest matches the description you're looking for, actually, is that one. The one that was trying to leave. God, so many dead hobgoblins.
Basically, just clear out the body, like lay it out on the ground, and then just start setting up a spot for me to rest nearby, to keep an eye on it.
Now, if I remember correctly, this body was all discombobulated. Which magic were you planning on using on it?
Completely exploded.
I remember there was a comment about teeth being strewn forth from its mouth and blood and guts going everywhere, but if you're just going to use Speak with Dead, no, it's fine. It's together enough to be effective.
Still having a mouth that can't be.
Yeah. What defines a mouth? Does it need a jaw? It has a mouth hole.
Mouths that don't have jaws.
I don't know if gibbering mouthers actually have jaws.
Like, if you have the ability to open and close your mouth, you probably have a jaw. Just like a worm.
Like bugs and stuff have mandibles. Yeah, you can just have an orifice that open and closes. Like a purple worm doesn't have a jaw. I don't think it just has like a, I don't know, thing. Yeah, I wouldn't define mandibles as jaws. They're not the same thing. Weird spiders and scorpions don't have jaws. They have like weird little grabby mouths. Alright, after some time, the hobgoblins do call to your aid in tower in terms of moving some of the heavier things around, knowing that you are rather strong, or strong looking rather. Helping right some of the carts, get everything gathered up. Everyone's trying to consolidate the camp into like one spot that's more easily defensible for the night, as they go through their food stores and try to make something decent and retrieve some water from the well as we come now into the late night funeral pyre having been built and set ablaze up in the northern section up here. As quite a few hobgoblins need to be disposed of as per their way, burned into the next life. I assume you guys are gonna make camp here with them. Alright, what's everyone else doing as we cross into the middle of the night, essentially? No, it's an object. Yeah, most of them are. Loincloths and like thin leathers and stuff like that.
It's not a candle, it's not a torch, it's not a campfire, but could I?
In this particular instance, yes. Sure. It's gonna be really smelly here now. Giant ogre bodies. Hill giant bodies. As Poff makes his way around camp. Oh yeah, you can definitely light that. As a massive fire lights up the campground. eyes still inky black pools of darkness. Jason, Doc, what about you guys? What are you up to? You're grappling, Doc? Oh, did John need to step away? Oh.
He was when you went.
Okay. Yeah, I know you said he was trying to run early. Okay. So you can put a pin in your conversation with him for the road, Jace and Doc. As you guys are drained of most of your magic and find the need to rest relatively early, I guess, unless you want to say something like Poff or something.
Pull out my pocket mirror and check myself out. I don't know if I can feel my eyes turn black or my thing changes. I don't know what the physical changes are, I guess. Assuming I don't know.
Yeah, if you haven't looked in the mirror, the only thing you'd know is that you just feel cold. But it's a comforting kind of cold, actually.
Stick my fingers in the effect. I'm so hungry.
And the hobgoblins are cooking up some nice stew, also. Actually smells really good.
Sure, you want to get an apple. Something I like. Oh, wait a minute. How tall is this tree?
It's really fucking tall. Like, if you look, that brown circle is the trunk, so that should give you some perspective of just how big that tree is.
How high is the closest apple?
Give me a d20 plus 10.
20 plus 10?
Yeah. Hey, 12 feet up. You could probably shamble up the trunk. Ooh, give me a hand crossbow shot. Ooh. Yeah, we managed to separate the apple, and you don't even fuck the whole apple up with the crossbow. No, they all seem to be like, cowed around the hobgoblin camp in the south. He's gotten rid of all the dead bodies. It does. Oily black smoke just pouring from this massive pile of infinite corpses. Oh, jeez. Enjoy. Alright. In the later hours of the night tower, as I presume you'd normally be standing guard and keeping an ear out for things and keeping a watch for things, there are a couple of noises here and there of what sound like maybe predators nearby, like beasts. Nothing too smart, perhaps just like a pack of wolves might be passing nearby. Something, just creatures noticing the smell of all of this death that seem to be coming near. But the fire is keeping them at bay. But other than that, everything seems to be okay. he doesn't. Looks like Moon Love.
Okay?
Oh yeah, sure. Scotch and apple.
A little earlier you were not quite yourself.
Oh, yeah, just didn't get much sleep last night. I get a little cranky. Sorry. That it can be weird.
I know you. I know you're cold. You're not acting out yourself.
Okay, no, I got scared. I just tapped into a little bit of it. Helped me feel brave. I just kind of needed it. As far as I'm concerned, yeah. Sometimes get a little mood swing. Not killing anyone. That's who we need to kill. Seems to be doing pretty good for me. Just, I don't know. Maybe it's not so bad. I'll be fine.
Getting away from
Aye, aye, sir. I get my pulse. Take another bite of my apple.
And with that, we are able to pass now. Unless there's any other conversations that anyone wants to have. Everyone's trying, all the hobgoblins and commoners are trying to rest up. Most of them are tending to their weapons, sharpening them, polishing off their steel, going through their rituals. Because you never know when you might have to face combat once more. But after that, they all seem to go into their taking a long rest. Doing some shift watches of their own, of course. And you all are able to do your long rest and stuff like that as we pass through supper into the middle of the night. Thank you.
Jesus. My phone was broken, so I couldn't zoom out.
I just used the little scrolly bar on the side there. Oh yeah, not bad.
There we go. Giant fire for the campfire.
It's a really good fire effect. It's 2-minute tabletop for you. So as we come now, Crikey, do you actually get some sleep, or are you just gonna sit there?
No, I need one of those.
Alright.
Spirits.
Alright. Time passes, and we go from the middle of the night to now the early morning. The sun is just beginning to crest over the hills now as a nice, cool, wintry morning greets you. It's a chilly 40 degrees Fahrenheit or so, with not a cloud to be seen in the sky. Oh, no, you'll be fine. I'm wrapping the session after Speak with Dead. Because it's just too much for too many people to miss out on in terms of any events that take place after this. Hey, that's not on me. I can work with that. In addition to that note, you also find Poff a single yellow canary feather. Well, I'm just saying, when you find the fucking note, that's what you find.
Nope, I'm sleeping. I never wake up.
Well. Oop, oop. Okay, then I will also pass along some information to you in private, Jace, in terms of what you saw. Just leave to get some cigarettes, Jesus. It was Big Bird the whole time. Now you guys are leaving Sesame Street. All right. Early morning in the. Early in the morning, Krika. What do you do? To what, everyone?
Rouse.
Okay.
Hello, Rouse.
Nah, I know what you said.
Weigh yourselves. Look around.
Whoa.
I'd probably be taller if I wasn't on it. Yeah, like a good 8 feet tall.
Yeah. In your youth, you were like 10 feet tall. It's fine.
Yes.
Gods, I was strong then. All right. Oh, jeez. Free folk is leaking. All right, what do you got for me, Krika?
Walk back over, let the news sort of sink in for the rest of them. All following me. Space. Speak of its own. We cannot command it. We can try to persuade it. Tell it the truth of this place. I will tell it what it is dreadful yet. May refuse. Sentient spirit, sweetness, and strength. It holds on to and answer. That I am going to first take my hand and sort of slowly rake it across my chest, sort of feeling the scales heal up, pull back down, feel scratching of my claws as my scales become sort of brighter color. The dull and cracked state of them seems to heal. That past. Cast a little enhanced ability on myself. Giving myself equal speed. Face. Speak. Like spirits. Guide me. As I reach down to its head, and I will start to, let's see, I am going to bite in my cheek, put my thumb in my cheek to get some blood smeared across the eyelids of the creature as they're closed, and then I will peel back its eyelids, opening up its eyes. Before I do anything else, with the other hand, I'm going to take my other finger and scratch it across my tongue. What? Cast tongue on myself. And with its eyes open, I'll just peer into its eyes. Speak, spirit. Return to your body. One last chance to speak your truth. Return. Speak. The world has questions.
Covering all the loopholes, aren't you? Where is this place?
I am Krika, the sunken stone. I speak with the spirits. I listen, and I will listen to y'all. Undead beast, you have fallen in battle. You attempted to fight. You bring shame to the spirit of a warrior, and you will find no peace in what remains for you. But I offer you a trade. I speak and listen to the ones far greater than yourself. As I will pound my fist into the ground, and behind me a gigantic form of a golden, shining, basically form of a dragon appear behind me as I cast Guardian of Faith. Oh, and it's broken. Whatever, I cast Guardian of Faith. Gigantic.
Sure.
My intimidation goes.
He's intimidated.
Questions based touch. Afterwards, may find peace. What were you here for, Beast? Why were you attacking these people?
We were here to collect food.
Were you commanded? Who commanded you?
Our new giant lord commands us. She wishes to be chosen.
Chosen by who?
I will answer that question. Just give me 1 second. Do 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 do.
Yeah, that big dragon man.
Ah, yeah, the biggest dragon man. You asked chosen by who, right? Chosen by Father. He wishes to be chosen by Father. She must prove herself. So we collect food. That's 3 out of 5 questions.
Where is the one that commanded you?
Do. 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 She is in Good Hog, which your tongues lets you know means river mound.
Few that have accompanied me in this task. I can ask one more question to this piece. See, I'm sort of getting tired.
Staring at this giant thing that seems to be half alive, half dead. Distracted.
All the other giants doing the same. Trying to prove themselves to this father.
We don't know. We don't care. Heal giants. Best giants.
Answer my questions, Beast. Spirits will show you pity. Your strength will feed them. Make them strong. Life without purpose. Death without purpose. Now go. Where you find yourself. I just release all the magic that I want to do. All the spiritual guardian, like, remains, like, remains.
Yep.
Invincibility goes away, like, scales seem to dull and crack.
for just a flash, Krika, and only Krika, sees this to your right.
Vision with casting all this magic at once, like it was small.
It's just, it is, as best you can tell, the definition seems to be literal. It is a river mound. Mm-mm. Krika, yeah, you feel quite exhausted. And with him stumbling through the last of his words and passing on this information, as Shaka has been quietly observing about half of your ritual, so to speak.
We kind of think we're just gonna sit there for 8
Hours, yep.
Get rid of it.
Lulz. You have to, like, you get to spell magic it? That is where we will end the session. Yeah, Giant Dragon Man watching over this sacred battleground is how it'll be interpreted.
Cross-legged right between its legs, right underneath it. Just close my eyes and take deep breaths. Constitution.
It's okay. Thankfully, I had at least 2 other subplots, so I can just focus on the Krika and Pop subplots. It's all right. It's all right. I'm not getting rid of Tower's cool NPC though. You just got to deal with it. You have to figure it out. Because I've already replaced the guiding NPC for Chapter 4 with a different NPC that is more significant to your backstory, but too bad. It's still gonna happen. And Pop's gonna be terrified, and it's gonna be great.
How much strength do you
I don't know, why?
I just need to know what I need to change.
Yeah, I thought so. You can change your strength to 10. Yep.
Yeah, I lost one.
Yep.
I just need his intestines, so, you know, not really the best read on that. That's true, yeah. Sorry, but... cranking the down, and he's like, oh, yeah, look at that. He, like, moves and, like, spits out some bolts on the ground.
Oh, jeez.
It's a real shame.
End of that. A little early session, but best to maintain some semblance of smooth progression. How'd you guys like your epic confrontation with hill giants?
They fuck up so much. Like, it's freaking humans. Got to kill a dude. It's like the best thing fighting so far.
Yeah, plus you had a whole battalion of hobgoblins taking hits and stuff for you, so they all just like, oh, let's just all swarm the guardians. Like, all right, well, I guess we lose now. All right, thanks. That was fun. But I think like they killed a good, I want to say 28 hobgoblins instead of hitting you guys. Plus hobgoblin captains, so those are big health pools. They were just taking hits for you, so.
Like that my plan. Almost worked. Worked out.
I had a feeling that's what you were trying to do, and that's why I was like, all right, I'm going to enable this, but I didn't really think of like how I was going to rule it depending on what you did. I was like, fuck, I don't know.
I was hoping, like, all Cracker really wanted him to do was just, like, run into his buddy and, like, headbutt him or something, or became him, like, swinging his fucking club around like a jackass, and be clunk his buddy in the head with that club. Or if he was gonna throw a rock, he was also gonna pump him.
Yeah, I was just going to have him hit him if the enemies abound stayed up, but I don't know, it was weird. I don't have any... Gotcha, bitch. Alright. Oh, yeah. Big old dumb hill giants. Yeah. If you hadn't challenged him the way that you did, and I was gonna have him toss rocks at you, so that was a good thing you challenged him like that. I was like, oh. What, did you want to give yourself full cover just by dropping the giant in front of him again?
Yeah, I wanted to get him to fucking hit the giant.
Get that fucking... You're gonna give yourself a stomach ache if you keep casting Eldritch Blast then, if you use that gift. Alright? Yeah, because he uses it too long, he gets stomach aches. So if you use Eldritch Blast too many times, you're gonna get tummy aches, Jason, so... His power is like so fucking lame. Like, oh, if I use it too long, I get a tummy ache. It's like, oh my god. He's so unnecessary. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really have any questions, to be honest. I just need to go to my writing corner and just rewrite some stuff. Yeah, we can. I'm down for that. It was supposed to come out today. Netflix usually doesn't mess around. But before we do that, were there any questions you guys had about anything you didn't like, any feedback, things like that? Like, oh, don't do this in the future, or this was cool, do this again, or from doing a big fight like this. This is what I consider this kind of a medium-sized encounter. There are other fights in the book of a similar scale that are just straight up, hey, this is the fight you're dealing with, also plus fortifications and shit. So I just wanted to know if my way of handling a fight this large felt fluid and fun and not too belabored and slow. Mm-hmm.
It's really not transparent. I don't know what the fuck that was doing.
I was gonna say, does that bother you? Because I didn't really want you to know because you wouldn't. You're not like, I don't know. It's kind of like trying to separate like player and character in the sense that the battle is going the way that it's going, and I want to try to provide describers as to like the motivations and the things that are causing the shift of battle, but not necessarily like, oh well, because you rolled a 7, this now happens. And I feel like that kind of pulls the cinematic feel that I want for this kind of engagement away from it. If you feel that's problematic, then I can just make public the charts. But then it'll be like, oh well, I don't like the way that this chart works. And I'll be like, well, fuck you, too bad.
I feel like I'm kind of on the same boat, but I feel like it was less like I kind of wasn't seeing a chart. It was more like I couldn't quite tell looking around the battlefield, like when you rolled high or low, were like people pushing harder.
So it was like, we rolled numbers and it was just like, alright. And that was the end of that. I'm like, we could have just not been rolling those numbers and it wouldn't have changed anything.
Yeah, the numbers.
It wasn't like we rolled a 20 and they all cheered and you could see that they attacked an extra time or something.
That is what happened the one time you rolled a 20. That's exactly what happened.
I hear ya.
Well, you better watch the fucking tape then. No, it was based on ranges.
I'm just like, yeah, this guy down here, run into combat and kill this guy, but it didn't feel like rolls or anything, or like an overall field of battle. It just sounded like minor descriptors. Like, yeah, the guy's trying to return to you.
Okay.
Like, I didn't really get a sense of like what the morale was like with you once in a while, but again, it seemed like minor things were forcibly attacked. And it didn't feel like it was the hobgoblins are, we're about to rout, they're starting to run away, you better fucking do something. It was more like, oh, this guy is really scared.
Okay. I'll put some refinement on that and then make that
I
public.
don't know what the system is doing, I'm assuming it's some kind of morale thing, but it should just be more.
Fine.
Just like describe it after your roll, like okay, the hobgoblins, they see that they're pushing a little harder, they're kind of cornering the hill giants, they let out a roar, and they just rush in, they're not just taking their time, like being cautious, they just start swinging. Something like that. It was still good, that went so smoothly, I was impressed for being such a big old battle. Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, it was based on like a range system in terms of rolling between these sets of numbers resulted in basically this percentage of attacks, essentially, like how many people got to attack, and special modifiers depending on what you rolled. Like rolling a 1 would have caused routes, and rolling a 20 like you did cause extra attacks and increased damage.
Yeah, like, it could have been great if we knew that. Like, not the chart itself, but like if we rolled, like a 6 or something, you could just say, like, you look around the battlefield and you can see that some of the hobgoblins are like stumbling and trying to defend themselves, or they're giving up on their attacks and are just not even trying to pursue their opponents anymore. And then we say, like, oh shit, yeah, only like 6 out of 12 dudes even attacked this round.
Yeah.
But it was just like hard for us to follow. It was just like, alright, this guy's gonna attack, does 12 damage, this guy also is gonna attack, these 2 guys are attacking, and I'm like, I don't know which guys these are. So
True.
you can see who dies after the fact.
You think like having it on Whisper was part of the problem?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Like,
Because there was the turn where you rolled like an 8 or something. I only rolled like 2 attacks. And that was like it was very low. Okay.
Who was actually attacking things? It was just, here comes the attacks. Dudes are making them. Oh, look, that guy down there died.
X's are appearing.
Definitely didn't help. Like, yeah, some of the attacks were on whispers and some of them were. And I'm trying to watch the stream, but it's on the thing, so I'm not really sure what's going on. Right?
Gotcha. Okay. I'll make those modifications accordingly. So the Other big fights.
Yes. The pros and cons of health bars. Health bars can give you a good feeling of what the battlefield looks like, but also you can health bars in other places. So
There's so many health bars to look at on my screen, it's not even funny.
it lets. I like health bars just because you can like a player can look at the battlefield and be like, oh shit, all those dudes are like dying instead of like have to wait for a turn. Like, what does this guy look like? Alright, how about these two guys? Alright, what about this giant over here? We get to like actually make the game play out. Not wait for a turn to come up instead of waiting to ask you questions.
Gotcha.
It wasn't a big issue.
Duly noted.
One person will ask, what does this giant look like? And then the next person will be like,
What does that giant look like?
I just fucking tell you. Like, I'm sorry, I was looking at myself. I didn't know who you're talking about. You're talking to somebody else.
Okay.
I thought your mass combat rules were going to make it simpler, but it made it more complicated, which is surprising. That's ridiculous. If it's reducing attacks, then that's fine. But usually when you hit mass combat rules, you think ways.
It's the fucking UA, which makes it like, oh, LOL, you just lose. It's just silly.
You roll dice, like combat rule stuff. You're not adding more rules than doing an extra attack for everything. So I'm surprised that's what you're going with. But I'm still working on.
Yeah.
It helped that there were a shit ton of enemies. But it was like 15 enemies for it.
Yeah, there were more hobgoblins than there were hill giants, ogres, and like there were only so many bugbears. That's because they just all have more health than anything else. Like the average hobgoblin only has 11 health. So it's just like, oh, they get hit by a giant, yeah, they're just dead. On average, they're just fucking dead. Just goodbye.
I had a couple turns where I accomplished nothing, but whatever. Doesn't matter.
Such as the way of the dice. Your shadows were like lull damage. Yeah, we did use them. Okay. Good shit, good shit.
Fucking inspiration for Bodhi. So much preparation.
No inspiration for you. You get nothing. Let's see.
Oh yeah, Nick, do you have your power supply? Your power supply.
True. That means you can take the time to hook up your new computer, buddy. Yeah.
Like, unplug one monitor, plug it into one, so both my computers run.
Oh my fucking god. That's ridiculous. Just roast.
Get to me and go on its mainframes and steal their megabits.
Hey, megabits are good.
All the megabits.
So, as a refresher for those of you who might have missed previous sessions or things like that, not up to date on the schedule, we are not having a D&D session Christmas Eve this upcoming Sunday, but we will be back live with the group, the Guardians, on the 29th, next Friday. So look forward to, I believe, some streams from Mel, maybe Monday and Tuesday, as she plays, I think, Slime Rancher is what she's going to be streaming, so be sure to tune in for that if you'd like. And then we will not be... oh yeah, the Wednesday, that's right, the 27th. We will be live with The Expanse in our sort of mini Bridge the Gap kind of session as we continue with like the weird eye things and electricity and stuff as we continue exploring the lower and creepier depths of that cave system we've been in for a couple sessions. So tune in to see what mysterious thing has been dreaming up these creations on the 27th. And then on the 29th, we will be back with the Guardians. We will not be live on the 31st, New Year's Eve, as we will be drinking and celebrating and having a good old time doing other stuff. And then we should be back to our normal scheduled programming every Friday and Sunday as we go into the new year. Keep your ears to the ground on any news for any changes to that, additions, subtractions, otherwise. Other than that, thanks so much for watching. I hope to catch you next time. They won't see you, though. Won't see you. No, they won't.